I was looking back over a bunch of different texts that I wrote in the last 15 years or so. There's one paragraph that features in almost every one of the texts, it seemed. It comes back with a frightening regularity. And it's a paragraph about what's inside the theatre and what's outside the theatre. And it sort of talks about the fact that, in the theatre, there's the actors, performers, and whatever props they've got, whatever equipment they've got. And then there's all the people in the audience, and whatever they've got in their pockets or in their bags, or they've got their coats with them or whatever. But basically, aside from these things, which we could name, it's a finite number of things, everything else in the world is outside of the theatre space. It's all absent. So the paragraph sort of says, in that context, performance is always about summoning absent things. It's about bringing absent things into the space that we're in order that we're able to sort of think about them. But I'm thinking a lot as well about what happens when we leave the theatre, and that whole relation between the world inside the space of the performance and the world outside. And there's a couple of, memory things that come to me in respect of that. One is this experience a very long time ago in the early days of Forced Entertainment's work of making a piece in Brighton in the Zap Club, and then coming out, I think on the last night after the show, and finding that the whole of Brighton was completely, sort of covered in this blanket of snow. And it stays with me as this sort of reminder of that, very isolated world of the performance space of the theatre, and then the fact that the world has changed when you come outside. It makes me want to do something. I don't think we've really done it, where one would really, perhaps throughout the performance, allude to the idea of a narrative that's unfolding in real time outside. I like the idea of there being a sort of ticking clock outside of the room. We're almost in this state of suspension in performance, that we've all agreed to be in this closed box for the duration of the piece. In that frame, the outside world becomes a question. We don't know what is going on out there. Things will have changed when we get out, and how will they have changed? It'd be interesting to make something that somehow tried to deal with that.